and picture frames are holding on to my heart. Who's pointing and laughing at me, saying, can't you see it's on you? Turning my adversity into something so small. Ain't always easy, but baby, you've helped me let me pull through. Oh, hey. Wandering with needful things, picking on my brain. You see my guilty face, but it don't replace the truth. Writing all those numbers down, crying it to the bone. They questioning who, what, where, but it don't compare to you. You got me sitting on my hands, so I just want to scotch an orange food with you. You got me spinning on my hands, but I don't mind to keep me waiting on you.
Bottoms up, Monger Maniacs. Woo! It's the Beer Monger Sessions, and we have a great show for you tonight because we're everyone's favorite streaming podcast about breweries, craft beer, alternative sports, ciders, wines, and of course,
shenanigans!
For the brewery, by the brewery, we are the Beer Monger Sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our Monger Maniacs out there, and all of our fantastic groups that share our show and allow us to be a part of your guys' life, it's showtime. That's right, we are at Mad Moon in Columbus, Ohio at 2134 Britton Lane. That's right, Britton's Lane, and man, Squiz, Master Chief.
Grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master Chief is from this particular area, you know, and I am not. You know, I am from up north in a suburb of Columbus, all right? But ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you tonight. As you can tell, the Monger Action Cam has been placed strategically on the tap system over here. That's right, because it is going to be game time on the tap tonight. Wow. And from what I hear is we've got some sort of suicide action going on the taps tonight. So you're definitely going to stay tuned. And the main man, Peter Moon, just one half of Mad Moon, that's right, is going to be on the show with us tonight. Mrs. Moon will definitely be here in attendance out here in the crowd, chanting us all on, of course. Now, Squiz, Master Chief Monger, you know, the pre-show had some great ciders already.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, the packaging of the boxes, that itself looks fantastic.
It's the artwork is yes.
Yeah, it looks delicious. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, we're at Mad Moon Ciders, all right? And that's at 2134 Britton's Lane, Columbus, Ohio. And they have tap room hours. That's right, at Fridays at 4p to 9p, Saturday 2p to 9p, and Sunday, after all your sins are forgiven. Wait. That's right. After all of them are forgiven, it's time to create new ones for the upcoming week, because Sundays after 1 p.m. all the way to 6 p.m. you can come here. That's right. That's right. 9 ciders on tap, growler fills, and package sales right here on premise. All right. You can give them a call at 614-354-8171, and that's also at madmooncider@gmail.com. All right. Whew, that was a little bit of a mouthful right there. And
This is awesome. It's our first time doing a show at a craft cidery, and this is the only craft cidery in Columbus, Ohio, which is pretty darn cool, I think. I really enjoy it when we branch out and feature other things outside of craft beer, because, you know, it's very easy to get into your, you know, little rut where you're doing craft beer, but doing something out of the box, craft cider, this is definitely going to be a fun show. I'm very excited.
This is fantastic. I am having right now the Tangerine Dream with, that's right, pulp, with the pulp.
Me too. It looks like orange juice, and it's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Probably can't see that well. This is a little bit thinner because it is a Tangerine Dream half Tangerine Dream, and half Jinx, which is the blueberry lemonade, which was delicious as well.
You know what? I gotta pump the brakes here. You know, let's get into what we got into in the last week, because we're gonna bring Peter Moon in for the party here in just a few. So let's start with Squish. You know, what did you get into, sister?
In the 2 weeks since we've done a show, I've got into a lot. I've been to a bunch of breweries. I got the chance to visit the new Zaftig tap room, which was pretty sweet. But from the last weekend, I went on Sunday to the Three Tigers Big Fish release, and didn't snag a bottle. I walked in about 10 minutes after all the bottles were sold out. Didn't even get a chance. The keg version of Big Fish was sold out too, which was Patrick Yangwer's last beer. But I did run into Andy Norris from Combustion, and he came up to me at the bar and he grabbed me and he said, "Hey Squiz, come over here. Still have a glass of this left? I'll share it with you." And we also ran into Big J Taylor and Byron Williams. And Byron is just ubiquitous at every beer event. Byron's in like 3 places at once. He was also at the Sideswipe anniversary party on Saturday, which Whitman, you and I went to, which was totally fun. Played a bunch of pinball, hung out with some of the Outer Belt people. But yeah, it's just been a couple weekends filled with brewery hopping and good friends, and yeah, and there we are.
That's
There we
right.
are
Can't forget Tom from Mill Manor right there.
Tom's
as well.
there too, yeah.
You know,
Tom,
and,
Byron, Dan
Byron
Griffin.
is everywhere, isn't
Yeah.
he?
yeah, I think there's like 6 Byrons.
Dude, there's a Facebook group called the Byron Williams Appreciation Society.
Is there really?
Yeah, where if you see Byron out and about, you take a picture of Byron and you can post it in there. And it's so funny to follow that group and you just see everybody, because if you're in the Columbus craft beer scene and you know Byron, chances are you know pretty much everybody in that group. If you're in the Columbus craft beer scene and you know Byron, or you just join the group and get to know Byron, he's a really cool guy, knows a lot about craft beer, and he goes to a lot of events. I'm surprised he's not here. It wouldn't surprise me if he walked in right now. That's just kind of
Might be monitoring what's going on.
It's
You
just
never know.
kind of ubiquitous presence Byron Williams is.
Yeah, he's got probably a dispatcher of all the events going on in all breweries, cideries, anything drink-wise. But Chief, what's going down? What'd you get yourself into?
I got myself into 2 weeks ago. A friend of ours has been on the show a couple of times, rugby guy, and also a builder of breweries, of craft breweries. Matt Neely turned 40, and so we went to Athens, met up at Jackie O's, had some beers and some good food at the Jackie O's tap room, and then headed over to Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye is a place where Matt would hang out when he played rugby for OU, which I believe their team came back this year after being suspended for a year for rugby shenanigans.
Yeah, things.
Things that happen. Apparently, on the collegiate level, Zulus are not really welcome anymore. But they call it hazing. Yeah,
Ooh, hazing.
Yeah, the Zulu. You know what the Zulu is, right?
No.
When you score your first competitive
Oh, yes.
goal
Yes.
or first competitive try,
Yeah, I remember this.
you're supposed to strip naked and run around the field. Of course, this is a voluntary thing, and honestly, in the rugby community, they are not going to haze you for not doing it. It's not going to be a big thing. There might be a couple comments made, but it's not like you're going to do 300 push-ups for not getting naked and running around. But so the guy that scored got naked, ran around, and the team was suspended for a year apparently. So, but I believe the OU program is back. Welcome back. Hope you guys are going to the Cat's Eye. But I tell you what, man, the Cat's Eye Saloon was absolutely a really cool place, dive bar to hang out in.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
I've
sounds
been there,
cool.
not-
Yes.
I was invited to the Neely 40th birthday shenanigans, and if it wouldn't have been for I organized the Goodwill Running Hash for the Renegade Hash House Harriers, if I wouldn't have been the organizer of it, I probably would have gone to the Neely 40th spectacular birthday bash, because it sounded like you'll have a bunch of fun.
We had a bunch of fun. There was a lot of things drank. By the time I got there, Neely had been going on since noon or so. It was hard to tell if he was coherent, awake, but he was very coherent and still alive the entire time. I had communicated with him since, and he did survive the night.
Good.
It was a blast. Mrs. Monger, thank you very much for driving me back. It was a.
I can only imagine.
Oh, I would have.
I can only imagine
so-
that shit.
I would
So
have
Miss
crashed with
Monger
my
at
cousin.
night- Miss Monger at night has a little bit of night vision, and it was raining and everything else. She tucked behind a truck and just followed the truck down the road.
Drafted that truck?
Drafted that truck. At one point I said, hey, I really need to use the facilities. And she said, I believe you have an empty coffee cup. Go to town. I'm not getting back. I'm not leaving this truck. So
What if you're...
She pissed in a coffee truck?
I pissed in a coffee.
You did? Oh,
I did. Oh, she did. No, she had.
Oh, so you made Mrs. Monger pissed?
No, she was driving. I was drunk as shit.
But what if your, let's say, what if
pissed
your
out the window?
production quantity would have exceeded the cup capacity?
It did get scary. It was a big one though. It was a large.
Oh, like a large bug?
Yes, it was a
Okay.
large. It was a 24 ouncer, so it would have been. That would have been impressive, wouldn't it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I was getting scared there for
That'd
a
be a
minute.
lot of piss, that's for sure,
yeah,
man.
so-
You got a big ass bladder.
So it was my night. Drank with Neely, pissed in a cup, threw it out a window. It was
Sweet.
awesome.
It's on the side of your car for sure.
Hey, screw you, Mother Earth.
Yeah.
I have to pee.
It was raining, so it washed off.
Yeah.
But the cup did it.
Yeah. You can
Well,
drink.
I kept the cup.
It's all good. You can
No,
drink
I
it.
don't litter.
You can drink it
I
twice.
stuck it in the cup holder and I threw it away when we got home.
Oh, you dumped the pee outside.
I dumped the pee out,
All right,
yes.
sorry. I
Okay.
misunderstood.
And at one point I'm like, man, I'm thirsty. She's like, you better not drink out of that cup. So-
Tell me it wasn't a reusable mug.
No, you can drink it twice before
Tell
it's
me it
toxic.
wasn't a reusable mug.
No, it's styrofoam.
Holy shit, Monger Nation.
It was that glass right there.
Is this one? Was
Nice. I'm going to piss in
Yeah.
a cup just to
I think
reenact
this is
your
not the
story.
first time we've talked about
What do you think?
this on the
Why
show.
not? I mean,
Yeah,
let's go there.
let's
Let's
Let's head over to controversial town,
yeah.
shall we?
Oh, shit.
On the beer side of things, and I'm going to say this.
Are we
right
really
now.
going to do this right now?
On the beer side of things, well, let's just talk about it a little bit. So here we go. It is now Bell's 2 hardest season. And I will say this, or Hop Slam, sorry, Bell's Hop Slam
Hop
season.
Slam. It's always too hard.
Yeah, it's always 2 hard season. Bell's Hop Slam
Bell's 2
season.
hard.
And they actually, for 2 years in a row, put together a very good Hop Slam.
I think
I
this
have to
one's
say.
the best yet.
Last year's was good. This is the best one yet. I'm used to them being just nasty, sticky messes.
Honey bombs.
Honey bombs. And, so welcome back, and thank you for actually putting a beer out that people are going to flock to and get. But this was going to be a, little talk about overrated beers, but I do have to say the Hop Slam this year is
This
very
year's
good.
batch is it's great.
But, so let's take that off there, and let's talk about some overrated beers. Let's just have a
Here, hold on a second. Hold on. Before we get into... Before we...
No.
Let me tell you what I got into.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me tell you what I got into.
Yeah.
You have been the
Yeah.
shit
We're
with
in
the
the
fucking
No,
shit
but
here
you just
today.
start bagging on beers. And
Wow, man, I didn't even tell everybody what I did. Well, let me tell you what I didn't do.
What did
I
you
didn't
do?
do jack shit for the most part, all right?
You came to the side.
Well, no, yeah. I went there, and that, you know what? That was pretty much it. That was it. I got to hang out with this guy and the dog for a little bit out there at the anniversary party at Sideswipe.
is that Speedy?
Yeah, it's no, definitely not Speedy.
Speedy and a
we'll see
random dog?
Speedy. We'll see Speedy here in a little bit with the Barley Hopsters Speedy Bottle Shop beer that's moving. That's right. And right here is Craig the man himself. Happy
Yeah,
anniversary to him.
Look at how
with
pretty
the
the picture that is of
yeah,
me.
Squiz's
My
eyes.
are closed.
We
That's
always
awesome.
catch. We
Squiz's
always
eyes are
get
closed?
so many good pictures of Squiz.
You wait till the end of the show, her eyes will be closed.
Yeah. Shout out to Craig and the good fortunes on making great beer and another anniversary. And the sticker door, shout out to that thing too. I like that sticker door. We need to get a sticker on that damn door though.
We just need more stickers.
Yeah, I know. We need
problem.
we need to start spray painting
Yeah,
everything. That's what we need.
Yeah, let's just start tagging graffiti. Yeah, that's a good look.
These damn
It's a great
mongers.
look.
These guys are funny. But no, so all right, you real quick. What do you want to throw some mud?
Well, I mean,
We don't ever throw mud on the
No, you know
mongers.
what?
Yeah.
We don't really throw mud, but there was something that you put out there that I just want to say. I mean, your comment as we were talking about what to do was the anything you have to get a permanent handle to get. Yes, that is right there. I'm going to go with
All
that.
right. Let me. Yeah, this is from a bottle shop standpoint, where you're a package store first, and you have over 650
I'd say you're a
beers.
bar first too. It doesn't
Bars,
matter.
with roast bars too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to. All right. Yeah.
No, if you're a brewery that has to go in and insist on a permanent tap handle in order to get the one beer you put out that's decent that people want to drink, then you're an overrated brewery, and so is that beer, whatever that thing
Or a
is.
case minimum order. You have to order this many cases of this beer to get one case
Right.
of this desirable beer.
Especially
You better win a gold. You better win a gold.
Especially on the case level,
For
when
an
you're
all-year
walking
round.
into the big box stores and they got case stacks.
Yeah.
And as an independent small bottle shop, independent small brewer or bar, you can't get that beer in.
Tap house.
And you sit there and you claim, and you sit there and go, oh, we're craft. We're going to sell to Kroger's and Giant Eagle. And we're not going to take care of the local package store down the street. You're not craft. You're an a-hole.
What's a small package store going to do with 10 cases of IPA? It's going to sit around and go bad. Like, there's a different tier. I mean, that should be, I can see Kroger, selling 10 cases of to get to.
Of course,
but for your local package store, for a craft brewery to do that to a local package store, it's insane. It's nuts.
Yeah.
There's no way they're moving your core 10 cases of your core IPA at a local package store before that beer goes bad.
Correct. So there's my little bit of a rant right there.
All right, there it is. And you know what? I will back that up, man. And I'm not going to say no names, but there was a particular brewery, and I'll also say it's in the state of Ohio that had a really fantastic seasonal beer, and they wanted to handle all year round just so we could have that one beer. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, Chief, you had to hold me down in the seat because I didn't even know we were there yet.
Remember that one brewery they were in that did not have anything at all fantastic? They wanted us to have a permanent tap handle to get their one decent beer?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
that was even worse. Oh, that one.
That's the one I'm talking
yeah.
about.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
I'm curious now.
I didn't
but
even know we were there yet.
I'll ask you.
Didn't know we were there yet.
Didn't know we were
Never,
there.
never seen you come in. Never seen you come in, do a tasting. Never even got any samples. I didn't know we were there yet.
I think we were.
But I will say this, and I will claim the name Homestead. They break it down to the half cases for bottle shops.
Mm-hmm.
I love you guys, man. That's customer service. All right, man. Enough shit talking.
Hey, I'm just saying. Well, we're talking about Homestead. There's might be a brewery that I know that did a collab with Homestead yesterday.
Oh my God! I'm getting a little bit.
Oh, easy now. Easy.
That speedy hip undulation going on.
Yeah, just saying. So watch for that coming soon.
Ooh-wee. All right. Monger Maniacs out here in Monger Nation. It's time to bring in the star of the show. That's right, our guest.
Let's bring him in.
That is Peter Moon. That's right. Come on in, Peter. All right.
Hey guys.
All right.
Whoa. Yeah. All right. You got it. You good. Good.
All right. That's right. What's going on, Peter? How we doing?
Hey,
man?
Monger Nation.
Yeah. Oh, shit's about to hit the fan. He's already addressing all the Monger Maniacs out there right now. Welcome to the Beer Monger Sessions, Peter, and thank you.
Happy to be here.
Well, thanks for having us here. This is a fantastic looking place you have here, and don't forget you're going to be able to check the after show pint on the Beer Monger Sessions Facebook page. All right, obviously that's going to be out before this. Yeah,
We're doing a little tour.
Yeah, we're going to do a little
right.
after show pint. You know what I'm saying?
I love
Bringing
it.
back that old school stuff that we did in the beginning. Because everybody likes that after show pint.
Yeah, I want to learn more about the art of making cider. I know about brewing, don't know much about cider making, to be honest with you. So I kind of walked around your facility a little bit earlier, just on my own, checking things out, and
Okay.
yeah, I'm extremely excited to hear about this. Everything.
I guess that's kind of a kickoff thing right there. Is if everybody was opening up breweries and all that, why cider? Like no one else is even doing it. So
I know, right? Plus being Asian too. That is a definite.
Yeah, look at his Peter with his jug.
Breaking down barriers.
It shouldn't be sake or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
Yeah. But
It should be.
hey, Monger Maniacs out there, that's right. This is Mad Moon Cidery, all right? And that's at 2134 Britton's Lane in Columbus, Ohio. All right?
I love it.
I know, dude. And the tap room hours are at 4 o'clock to 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday 2 to 9, and of course, after you take that knee and the sign of the cross on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. to start those sins all over, all right? And give them a call at 614-354-8171. madmooncider@gmail.com. All right, they got 9 ciders on tap in the tap room. They got growler fills, and they've got all the packaging that you'll want. So here we go. Let's break it down. It's story time, Monger Maniacs. Peter Moon, what in the hell are you doing in the cider business, brother? What's going on? And I want to know what the hell you did before you got into this, because something tells me that you were doing something interesting. I don't even know. I swear I don't know the story right now. I'm getting it firsthand right now.
Actually, my wife and I, we had a retail store over at Easton Town Center.
What store?
It was called Color Your World. It was our the paint your own pottery shop. That was our store. You remember that?
Well, yeah, I worked at Easton. I worked at Virgin Megastore.
Which one?
Virgin Megastore.
Oh, right on. Right across the street.
Yeah,
sort of.
from like the beginning
Oh
when it
my
opened
God,
until
I
when it
forgot
closed.
they were there.
Yeah, it's where Crate and Barrel
kind
is
of
now.
like the All-Star Cafe was there.
Yeah.
What was the other one down? Hollywood.
There was the
Schwarzenegger.
Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood was there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So we were there at the very beginning. We had a store originally in Dublin, and Easton came to our store once and said, "Hey, we want to take your store and move it to Easton." And we were like, "What's Easton?" Now it's kind of funny because Easton is like this big deal in Central Ohio.
Yeah.
We were like, I don't know, Morse Road by Walmart. We were like, I don't know about that, guys. You know.
Yeah.
So one thing led to another. They came back a few times, and we were one of the original tenants.
Wow.
Yeah.
1999.
99.
Wow.
99.
See, you remember
Do you
that?
remember when they had the big concert when it opened and they had Cheap Trick come in?
Heck
and
yeah,
play?
they had some really good concerts.
Yes, they did.
I'm trying to think who else they had there, but really top acts.
Yeah, and they had that whole square blocked off. I
They
mean,
did.
it was a whole different. Like when you think back now,
Now they don't do-
21 years
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
it was a completely different beast.
It was a lot of fun back then.
And it was, and the vision that they had for it at that time was so different than what it's become now.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it was.
I have to agree with you.
It was almost like the wild, like they were one of the very first.
They were
like,
shooting from the hip because they had
outdoor
no
wars.
idea. They were the
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
They had no idea how it was going to take hold and
In-
with the Cheesecake Factory, Virgin Records,
Yeah.
record store.
Right. Yeah.
That's
no,
crazy.
That's amazing. I love this because like I tell people about it and they're like, yeah, I used to
Yeah.
shop there, but like I rarely meet somebody who worked. In fact, I don't think I've ever met anybody who worked at a different place at the same time when that was kind of coming
Yeah,
up, and
yeah.
just to see it now and what it's become and how it's sprawled out.
Yeah.
Like they have a brewery there now, Forbidden Root. You know,
yeah,
like
there's a brewery there now. That's where I.
That's where we booked the show at.
I happened to pop in there.
Yeah.
The Mongers were there.
Yeah.
You guys are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like Byron. We're everywhere.
yeah, that's
So.
wild. That's cool though. I didn't realize you were the owner of Color My World. That's great.
Yeah. So
That's
we
great.
were there for about 12 years, and we ended up closing. We had enough at Easton. And at that time, 10 years for a mall was a pretty long.
Yeah, that's a good run.
That's a good run.
That's a good run.
We thought 10 years Easton would be kind of over, but look what it's become now. It's kind
Just
of like
getting bigger.
it keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But so we actually closed, and we were home brewing cider at that time. So we took some time off and got better at it. I mean, we were really bad at making cider originally when we first started. It was awful. But we had friends that would come over that were predominantly cider drinkers, try the ciders, and go, "Wow, these are getting really good as what you can find in the market." And then we did some research and found out there was really us and someone in Cleveland, I think, that was making cider at the time. And one thing led to another, and here we are. The reason why we're in North Linden is because the rents are low.
Okay.
So we got one spot here, and when you get a permit, when you're applying for a permit to produce a cider or beer, you have to have a signed lease even before you start production. So we were here for a year before we were even allowed to make cider. we couldn't do anything here. That's just the way the permit works, the permitting.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's kind of
Be
crazy.
an
It is.
established location.
Because if you are actually even home brewing here, they can shut you down and say, sorry, you're done. No permit. It's really weird. Doesn't make sense.
No.
No, it doesn't mean it means.
Yeah, send the Mongers to the
Right.
White House. That's what needs to happen. Send the Mongers to the White House. We'll set up a
It's a
GoFundMe
state
account.
level
That's a
thing.
state
So
level thing.
Go to the
We'll-
state house. It's just
yeah.
right. It's right down there.
Yeah.
It's one like.
There's a lot of weird,
Right.
as you guys probably know, there's a lot of weird liquor laws in Ohio.
Oh, a lot of weird liquor laws in Ohio. But I mean, I would say there's a lot of weird liquor laws everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Every
That's
state
very
has
true.
weird liquor laws.
Very true.
You know, like Pennsylvania, right? You can't just walk into a gas station or a grocery store and buy a 6-pack of beer. You have to go to a sub shop where they have to sell pizza or submarine sandwiches to
Oh,
buy a
really?
6-pack. Oh yeah. And if you want like, there's also
Yeah.
distribution, so you can go buy it by the
Ohio
case.
has the same law. If you're a bar, you have to have a sandwich on premise for someone to buy. And
Sandwich?
soup.
Fuck your sandwich.
No, I think
Soup.
you're lying.
No, I am not.
Soup.
I will show it to you after the
Yeah.
show.
No,
Yeah.
that's a true story. Squish, but yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Chimichangas.
we-
Chimichangas.
Yes.
Young
yeah,
custodian.
Chimichangas.
Thank you.
Yeah, young
Yeah.
custodian, young custodians eating
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
And then
Sausage wrap pancakes on a
pancake
freaking
wrap,
corn dog stick.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's covered.
What the hell, bro?
The sandwich
Right.
cartel's really got
Yeah.
a
What do you
hold.
want to try?
Oh, Peter. Hey, let Peter get on this Monger action, Cam, because
Yes.
we've got a lot of. Oh man, there's.
You want to try the? We talked about the before the show started. We have a drink here called a suicide, and what it is, we have 9 ciders on tap, and we actually have people that come in and mix all 9 in one glass.
Let's do it.
We call
Look,
I'm
mine's
in.
52.
We call it suicide. But what's
Do it.
nice about beer, with cider compared to beer, is that it's all apple based. So there isn't like a mix of really weird
Different,
different styles of beer where you have stouts and porters and IPAs. They may not mix very well, but with ciders, pretty much. Are we off air?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
We're never off air, brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
Yeah,
always
let's do
on
it.
record.
Give
Okay,
suicide.
so I'm gonna do a
suicide.
suicide.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, Monger Maniacs, you know you've seen it out there. You know what? I see it in my dreams at least once a week. That's right. That is the Moonmobile. That's right. Peter Moon out there busting the grind, beating the street, and getting that hustle on selling this fantastic cider. And don't forget, you can check out all the social media platforms and reach out to Peter and the gang here to get your favorite ciders. All right, that's right. Shout out to the Moonmobile. All right.
Yeah.
So you got into it because you just like ciders and you were just brewing at home, and
yes, sir.
what else are you gonna do?
Peter, are you sure you don't like you don't know like you're a scientist or something like that? Are you leaving something out?
So why? Yeah.
I feel like Peter's leaving something out.
Yeah. So why cider? Like a lot of people get into home brewing. Why cider? Have you just always had an affinity for cider?
I like ciders. You know,
Okay.
I like beer as well, and we just started, having fun. I think it first started going when we first started. We were going to orchards or
Okay.
farm markets, and we would buy cider and just play around with it, and of course drink it. But so, man, this would be nice if it was alcohol. What's cool about cider, you can buy cider from a farmer's market and actually just let it sit in the say the gallon jug or whatever. There's actually yeast on the apples, so that will actually ferment on its own. Yeah, so you can actually make alcohol from whatever you buy at the farmer's market, and it will. You should probably put a blow-off tube on it.
That's what I was gonna say. Is,
Oh,
is-
yeah, no, it's-
It'll blow up.
It'll blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go to a farmer's market or even like to a local grocery store, and I'll see some of the gallon jugs of plastic gallon jugs of cider. They're already puffing up. I'm like, man, those are those are gonna explode.
Yes.
Now,
Right.
Peter, this suicide.
Suicide, yes.
Do you have a certain? Is there a certain? Do you have a certain rotation on how you do it? Is or are you just down
Right
the
down the
road?
line.
One
Right down the line.
at a
Right down
all
the
right.
line. Makes
All
it
right.
easy.
Makes it easy. I was
Yeah.
going to say I see.
Ready for yours?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
What
And
do you think? Have you tried it?
I like it. I think
like
it's
it?
very good. Yeah.
and that's right. You can see Peter's poise right here on the Monger action cam, ladies and gentlemen, all you Monger maniacs out there. And we're about to get into what all kind of ciders Peter does make here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the distribution, reach, and where you can find some of these fantastic ciders that the Moon Crew is making.
See, I love cider. So like just even like NA cider, just
Yeah.
straight cider
Cheers.
you get from
Cheers,
from
Peter.
a farmer's market. So there's a lot of times where I would get 2 or 3 gallons, and then it might wind up to where I got one stuck somewhere and I forget about it.
Wow.
And a couple times I found them and I drank them and I'd be like, man, I think that's
booze.
a little bit boozy.
That's booze now.
Well, I came home one day when I was actually living right around the corner here when I was on Elmore Avenue, and there was a stench in the house. I was like, what the hell is that? So I traced it down, and yeah, my plastic jug
have a
of
splosion?
cider had been sitting under the sink for a while, and it had ruptured, and the house
You had a
smelled
nice
like,
mess to clean
yeah,
up.
I had a mess to clean up, and it had the cidery smell
Well,
of blown up cider.
Yeah, well, at least it wasn't a glass.
Yes.
Glass,
Yeah.
'cause that happens too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
just
That
blow
pressure
up.
build
That
up.
pressure,
Yeah.
it has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Right,
Bottle
right.
bombs.
So can
Yeah.
I ask you before we get into the distribution and everything? So obviously you've got surfboard is your tap handle. You have a surfboard here. You're wearing a Vans surfing shirt. Are you a surfer?
I wish I was.
Okay.
I'm a surfer in the mind,
Okay.
Right.
but I don't surf. That would be
Do you like-
amazing if I could surf.
Do you like beaches?
Oh yeah, love
Yeah.
the
Yes,
beach. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like watching surfing. Like when you see a surfer catch one of those gigundo waves, and they're just like ripping it up, and you're like, that guy's gonna die. And it like curls over, and he comes up, and he's like, yeah, it's just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
of the things that you see.
Kind of like the surfing and
That guy's gonna be a hero on the
skateboarding.
beach.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Very talented people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more coordination than I could ever
Oh,
have.
same here.
I used to skateboard when I was in middle school and high school. I still have my skateboard, and I got on it recently. And it's not. I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this all the time. Got on it, I was like, nope, definitely.
I seen you
Definitely
skateboard at the
not.
Little Brown Jug this past year.
Yeah, but I.
So yeah, beaches and all that. You ever heard of Linden Beach?
Linden Beach.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of Linden Beach. Didn't know that was a thing. Where we are, I'm glad you brought that up. We have customers that come in and tell us that there used to be a pool here, a community pool, and we're like, really? They go, yeah, the pool was right over here by this warehouse building, whatever. There was a snack shop. It's kind of crazy that the. So
this was Linden Beach back in the
Beach.
Is
day.
that what they like called it? Was
Yeah.
Linden Beach? Like that's a colloquial term that people.
No, that was the name of the
Oh,
pool.
the name of the pool was Linden Beach.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was Linden
Wow.
Beach. Yeah.
How about that?
Huh.
Interesting. Man, you're all full of Linden history today, Chief.
He lived
Holy
here.
shit.
I mean,
Well, Linden back in the day was a pretty vibrant part of Columbus. Back
Yeah.
I think 70s and 80s, there was a Schottenstein's. Remember the
Yeah.
outlet
Oh, yeah.
store
Yeah.
that
I
was
know where
like
that is. Right over
huge.
there.
Yeah.
I think that attracted a lot of people, a lot of shoppers.
And
into
the Northern
area.
Lights Shopping Center.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like a lot of parts of Columbus, it kind of just went downhill after a time. The suburbs kind of took over.
Well, okay, so the suburbs took over, and then one of the biggest things is that Linden really damaged themselves by when Easton opened up and when Polaris opened up. Northern Mall was here before that, and that was like a huge attraction. Well, when these malls were opening up, Linden's community group, whatever, came out and said, oh, if they pass this tax, if this happens, it's going to kill our neighborhood. Well, it wasn't going to be stopped. It was going to happen. So when everything passed, people panicked and left. I did. I mean, I'll admit right now, I would have probably. I don't think I'd still be down here, but it got me out here about 4 years earlier than I wanted to leave because it was just like, well, it's a fulfilling prophecy right there. In fact, I got out here before everything passed. Like I was like, all right, that's it, because I knew it was coming. And that kind of killed him. You just can't get out there and say, you got to figure out, you got to know it's coming, and, you know, as a community leader and all that, and figure out what you're going to do and not
To try to
panic
get
the people living there. And that was the big thing. It's always been a kind of a tight-knit community down here, or it had been, and I mean, you know, I still look around, and all the businesses, all the big businesses that were down here are still around. I mean granted, Kroger left, which was sad, but the independent places, they're still here.
Yeah, Clown Cone.
Yeah.
You know Clown Cone?
I know Concord.
Yeah. It's where you get a fiestado there. Wait.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Don't you Bubba Bubby, motherfucker! Don't you Bubba Bubby!
I just did it. I've been waiting a good time to do that.
No,
I about got hit over the head with a bottle last time I did that.
Hey man, we're just filling it.
I know. You know, and you know what? I just, you know what? I know that Cloud Nine's down here. That's what I know. That's down here on Cleveland Avenue. They got great jewelry.
It's here when I was in high school.
Yeah. It was, and I remember it when I was in high school. But what I want to talk about right now is I want to talk about core ciders. All right, because there's no way that you can just have you have some fantastic selections throughout the year. Is it safe to say that you have a flagship cider that you always have ready to go?
Yeah, I think our flagship is our Bad Blood Orange.
Bad Blood Orange.
Yeah, it's a nice citrusy cider that tastes like you know, a good combination of apples and oranges, and with the blood oranges in it, just gives it a really unique flavor. And yeah, it pretty much does well all year round.
And
was that a seasonal at first? Was that a seasonal?
It could have been. That was 5 years ago now. Yeah.
Now, so what are the staples? What are the staples that you definitely keep going all throughout the year?
Well, the blood
cores,
orange.
I guess cores. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying?
cores are blood orange, as well as our cranberry, our Eat a Peach,
Oh yeah.
and our Tangerine Dream, which I think you guys tried when you first came in.
The pulp. The pulp. Tell everybody about the pulp real quick.
Yeah, the pulp. Sometimes you get a pour of Tangerine Dream. It's a very the tangerine is very pulpy, so it will settle to the bottom of the keg. And sometimes you'll get a pour where it's like neon orange. It's just like but people just like love it because it's just so flavorful.
If you're lucky enough, you get that.
Yeah.
You get that pour.
Yeah, I mean,
people look for it.
when I go to the grocery store, I'm one of those weirdos that buys the extra pulp orange juice. Because if you can't chew orange juice, you're not doing it right.
Orange juice.
You gotta
It's not
chew
orange
it. You
juice.
gotta chew it. No, don't come in with your pulp-free bullshit. With your pulp-free orange juice. No. I want pulp coating the inside of that glass when I'm drinking my mimosa. That's how I want it.
Right on.
Let's talk about some of your rotating ciders throughout the year. You know, I know that there's one that really sticks out for me, and I haven't had it, and that's going to be the Gunslinger.
Oh, the
Habanero and cherry cider.
I haven't had that one
that is
either.
really nice.
That sounds awesome.
We don't make it that often because frankly, Central Ohio is pretty much middle of the road. So people expect ciders to be fruity and sweet. So that's kind of what we stick to. But people that come to our tap room or go to some of the breweries that support us, they're a little more open-minded. So we can step out a little bit and do the Gunslinger, which is habanero and cherry, as well as something like our Swell Cold Brew.
Yeah, let's talk about
That's
that
on right.
one.
That's on right now. So is the Gunslinger a taproom only?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
So-
Now,
What is other tap room only?
If someone wanted to try the Gunslinger, what season would you make that in?
that's a really good question. Since it's a rotating cider, we kind of, so what we'll do, we have like 8 to 10 rotating ciders, so we'll kind of do them individually, gradually at once, or, individually. So like right now, we're going through the Swell Cold Brew.
Yeah.
And once that runs through, I think actually our next, my wife and I were talking about, we're going to do tart cider.
Yeah, that's one of my faves right there.
With the sweet tarts.
Yeah.
And then we'll rotate back to something like the.
I love sweet tarts.
Actually, we did this one for the tap room, and it tested out really well. We did one with peanut butter and jelly.
Oh man, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Whoa,
It's
that
so
sounds
good.
awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it would be like having
So
a
good.
peanut butter sandwich with like apple. What's it called? Apple butter.
apple butter. Oh.
Peanut butter with apple butter. Like
Yeah.
that kind of peanut butter
Yes.
jelly with apple butter.
Oh.
That sounds awesome.
Yes, well. So the cold brew coffee, we actually use a local roaster, one
I
line
can
coffee.
smell that from
Oh, wow,
here.
I'll
yeah.
get a sample for the other folks here. real
That's
quick.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the action?
I'm not sharing my sample.
Action
Yeah.
can.
Oh yeah, I already know. Yeah. And Peter Moon is on the pour right now, ladies and gentlemen. Monger and maniacs
Look
around the
at that,
world.
look at that professionalism.
Uh oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go.
It's gonna
Oh,
keep me
yeah.
up all night. 'Cause
It
I'm
is.
very
Yeah, so
susceptible to
this is
caffeine.
from One Line Coffee.
It smells awesome.
In the short north, and it goes really well with the apple. It's just
Wow.
very unusual.
Whoa, it's got like
Wow.
I don't even know how to describe that. It's not like like I've had a lot of coffee beers
Breakfast.
before.
That's how I'm going to describe
Yeah.
it. Breakfast. Wow.
Get a cinnamon roll or a donut with that.
But it has like
It's pretty amazing.
Or another pint of it.
the aftertaste, like the back sip and the aftertaste with that coffee. It's just really like a roasty coffee flavor, like super roasty.
This might be my favorite one that you've ever
Chief.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
That's that hound dog he was talking at. The peanut butter jelly is the hound dog. Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
really,
why,
really good.
folks, if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we're always doing something different
Give them a follow.
for the tap room. So you can come here and really, test the boundaries of cider. That's what we try to do here. We actually just did a batch of cider called High and Dry. And I think you guys just ordered a keg of it. It's our original cider, but totally dry. So the flavor profile would be like a sparkling apple champagne. Really nice. No, it's got no sugar in it. It's really, really nice. Columbus wasn't ready for that 5 years ago. We released it, and
Right.
people were like, "Oh, I'm not ready for that." But now I think cider is becoming a little more acceptable,
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah.
So we can try different things like that and put it out there and see how it does.
And because you have such a vibrant craft beer, like I feel like people are more open. Heck, I mean, I was at a craft brewery before the show, getting
Uh-huh.
food, and I look over to my left at the bar, and there's this, old lady. Like she was probably
Old
80,
lady.
80, and she was asking the bartender was trying to pair her with the beer, and she was in there like trying to test out beer. And I'm not trying to no ageism or anything, but it's very it's
that a word?
Yeah, ageism's totally a word.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
Yeah, ageism. So it's prejudice against people that
Can I get the origin,
of
please?
certain age.
Can I get the origin?
It's a
Like,
real word, Monger Nation. I promise you.
Word check.
Yeah.
Hit the Google machine. It's a real thing.
Carry on.
And no ageism, but just you see more people. She was in there. There was an older couple that was on my other side.
Can I get an alternate
That word.
pronunciation, please? I'm sorry. Sorry.
But I just feel like that there's so much craft beer, and it's just opening people's palates and opening people's minds to, hey, let's think outside the box in terms of drinks that we consume.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so-
I agree.
And with ciders, you used to have your stalwarts like Strongbow and Hornsby's and these mass-produced go-to ciders, and now people like you are making locally made, locally sourced craft cider, and it's hitting that, what's the word hitting that demographic where people want that kind of thing. People want something different. People don't want something mass-produced and that sat in a warehouse for however long and then shipped to you, and here's just a thing. You
Cool.
can have it, yeah.
I've got a question for you then. So Peter Moon goes out and he is at a craft cider bar. Finds a craft cider bar. Are you drinking more on the dry end, the semi? You going on the sweet side? What are you looking to do? What is Peter Moon?
What is the Moon Master drinking?
Not your favorite, but your favorite if you're out at someone else's cidery and you got an opportunity to do something.
I prefer the drier ciders because I think you can get more of the flavor of what they're trying to do. I think a lot of the commercial ciders that are out there, such as say Angry Orchards of the world, I think they make them so sweet that all you can taste is the sugar.
Yeah, there's no nuance.
There's no nuance. You taste it and you go, and that's why a lot of people, say, "Hey, you want to try some cider or craft cider?" A lot of their first reactions, the first thing they will say is, "Oh, they're too sweet." Well, you haven't tried something that's semi-dry, but it's made like craft beer, and that's what I think is really important. Is we don't expect people to switch from beer or wine or spirits right into cider, but we look to be like in your rotation.
Sure.
Every once in a while, hey, let's try a craft cider, just to kind of give us a try, try something different. And but getting back to your question, I prefer the drier ciders. My wife and I go out a lot to the northwest part of the country, Seattle, Portland, and out there, the cider scene is crazy, folks. It's
Really?
oh, it's insane. In Seattle, there's a cider bar called Schilling, and they actually have 32 lines, and they're all cider.
Whoa!
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn!
Oh,
Look at that, Monger maniacs!
No
Wow.
beer. No beer on the lines. Now, what's nice about going there is you can get a flight of 8 ciders, and if you want like 8 spicy ciders with habanero and jalapeno and chili peppers, you can get a whole flight of 8 of them, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
Wow.
that's cool. And then they do like what a lot of brewers do. They do a lot of barrel aging with wine barrels, and they
Barrel aged cider.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
I mean, I love me some barrel aged anything, and I'll drink it.
yeah, same here.
Literally anything. I don't care. Barrel aged Budweiser, give it to me.
At some point, we want to try something like that. We
Right.
get some like Zinfandel or Cabernet barrels of wine, and then pour cider in there and let it sit.
Did you do that with a bourbon?
There are bourbon barrel ciders out
Like
there.
urban barrel aged
You know who does
cider.
that? There's Sonoma Cider. I think does one called I can't remember the name of their cider, but they
Don't
have.
advertise your stuff. Talk about yours. All right, so we gotta get you a bourbon
So we
barrel.
need to get you a bourbon barrel. So,
You
yeah.
can't get it around here. I don't think at this point. But in any case, the same company just opened a cider bar. We're talking about 32 lines of cider. Is that my phone? Sorry about that.
No, that's all
Okay.
right. Always hustling, Peter Moon, everybody. Always on the hustle.
32 lines. They just opened one in Portland with 56 lines, all
56 lines.
cider.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
I
I
That's
think
a
that's
lot of-
coming.
That's
a lot. I think it's coming to Columbus. There's some cider, some craft beer bars that are moving to 2 or 3 lines of cider, which
Yeah.
is really nice to see. So we're fighting over a couple lines instead of just fighting over one line.
Yes.
So what's nice about coming out to Mad Moon is we have 9 lines of cider, and one of the quirky laws in Ohio is you can't buy growlers of cider at, say, like what do you call them, growler bars?
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
yeah.
Growler fill station or craft beer bar.
Yeah.
Craft beer stations, you can't fill growlers of cider. It's kind of a strange law. They're not really allowed to do that.
Because cider's not a beer.
They
They
consider
don't fall under beer law.
it's
That's
more
under
of a
wine.
wine.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
wine.
But
Oh.
since we make the cider here, you can actually get growler fills here of Mad Moon cider. You can bring your own growlers in, or you can buy one of their branded Mad Moon growlers.
Wow.
Sweet. Wow.
You know,
I just did not realize there was. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that there was
So
craft cider bars out there.
yeah, do you know how many craft cideries are in Ohio?
There's a handful.
I mean, you guys are like the first and really the only one that jumps to mind.
We're
there's
the
one-
only ones in Columbus still,
Yeah.
as far as we
I'm trying to remember
know.
no one from Cleveland.
There's-
Dalton News sells
there's one in
ciders out there.
Cleveland,
Not strictly ciders, but
There's Griffin cider. Remember
Griffin,
them?
that was Griffin, yeah.
And then there's a guy that we know really well out of Athens, Ohio.
Okay.
the West End Cider House.
Okay.
Kelly Sauber
Okay.
owns that.
But yeah, you guys seem like you're like just filling a niche that really isn't out there, and it's awesome.
Well, it's everywhere.
I mean,
Mad
it's
Moon's
everywhere,
everywhere,
like-
man. You know, craft
like-
beer bars. I mean, it's everywhere. If there's a cider on
Oh yeah,
tap,
no, I'm
you
just
know,
saying, like
it's
here
there.
in like Central Ohio, there's not many. They're
They're
the only ones doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good cider, you
Yeah.
can find on draft besides ours. So you just have to kind of look for Mad Moon. But there's good
Always look for Mad Moon, right, Peter?
Right on.
Always looking for. You're always just gonna look for Mad Moon, but there's some great stuff out there. But make sure it's the M in the M, the Mad Moon that you get first, right, Peter?
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
So
There
their
it
green
is.
surfboard tap handle.
We got another distribution, a whole lot.
Yeah, well, Peter, that's what we're about to dive into.
Yeah.
Let's talk about distribution. We talked about your seasonals. We talked about your cores. Now let's talk about how you get your beer out there, brother. You know what? I can tell you right now. You ain't got to say shit. You know what? Because all you got to do is pop up the Moonmobile. That's right. Once again, the Moonmobile's always out there. And Peter, is it easy to say that you are always right there behind the wheel of the Moonmobile?
For the most part. So we do self-distribute. So I have some sales reps out there as well as myself. 'Cause I really like the selling part of cider. So we our the main stores where you can pick up our product are like at Whole Foods, some of the Market District Giant Eagles, and the craft bottle shops around town.
That's right. That's right. And all you got to do is Google craft bottle shops. I mean, with Giant Eagle, or you can see those from your backyard normally, but make sure you grab those craft ciders right there from those bottle shops. All right. Now Peter, where do you think you're going to see yourself in 5 years from now, man? Where do you think you're going to see yourself?
On a beach somewhere.
On a beach? Are you going to be making cider?
Yeah, maybe we'll be making beach on a cider. Maybe it won't be Linden Beach.
Right?
It'll be a different beach.
That's pretty good. Cheers to that. You know what?
Cheers, guys.
This is squizzes. I'm drinking squizzes.
Well, she ran away. She abandoned it. That means you abandoned the question.
Shouldn't have left her beer behind.
Yeah, Maurice,
I would have never done that.
We're coming to the dash, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gear adrift. Now it's mine. So Peter, now we've talked a little bit. It seems like that, man. I already know that you were out there beating the street. Now you deliver too, correct?
Yeah.
Deliver, sell, brew, everything.
Man of many hats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter Moon, there's 4 of you out there right now. You're like Byron, Now, Peter, we got some events. Let's talk about a couple of events before we before we clear, because I want everybody to know, and Monger Nation out there know, that there's cool stuff going on here at Mad Moon Cider. All right, right here at the tap room. In February, we've got the Cider Love and Little Donuts Part 1.
What?
Yeah, that's right. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah,
or?
that's a local donut shop in Worthington called Peace, Love, and Little Donuts.
Yeah.
And their donuts are amazing. The donut pairings they go really well with our cider. So we've featured other donut shops in town, but they've had so many good donuts that we're actually going to do probably a couple parts or a couple different sessions with Peace, Love, and Little Donuts.
Nice.
That's a good. Like
Always
you said,
working with the
they're
community,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, for sure.
What's this tropical plant pop-up? Is that something we can talk about, or are we?
Yeah, this is fairly new. I think this place called Yellow Apple. Is that how you? I think that's what it's called. They're going to bring in baby plants to the tap room on Sunday the 16th from 1 to 6.
That would include succulents and succulents.
Succulents.
And I can't see or read.
Must be that cider.
I can barely hear shit either. And cacti.
Yeah. So they're going to bring the babies in. There are breathing buddies, so you can come in and check out some plants for your garden or for your home, and grab some cider while you're here.
And one of my all-time favorite things that I haven't done yet, which I need to, but it's just because there's a mental block in there, is yoga and cider. That's
Yoga
right.
is the best fitness you'll ever. Oh my god, so good.
So yeah, we do that
So
about
good.
once a month with Lindsay, and it's a 1-hour session. And also, while you're doing your session, you can supplement it with cider.
Now, that's at February 23rd, all right, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 2 hours of yoga. That's pretty intense.
That is intense.
Oof.
You feel great afterwards, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah. Oh gosh, I'll hold my yoga comments, but yeah, I there's just a block there for me. I just ask me later. I'm not gonna do that. I ain't doing that to you, Peter. No, man. Dude, you've seen the movie. You've seen the movie. You're in there. You're giving everything you got. You're stretching it out. You know what I'm saying? Late night Taco Bell kicks in.
Yeah, I knew that's where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, no. And you're just like, it was her. It was her. It wasn't me. That was her.
All right, so here's my mental block. You think of yoga and then yoga pants. And can you imagine me in yoga pants?
You don't have to wear
and like a yoga
pants.
shirt. It would be terrible.
You don't yoga without yoga pants.
No, I've
Yes.
yoga. I used to do yoga like 2 hours a day.
We should do a Monger's yoga, and I will wear manga. How will you?
No,
wear
I
yoga
wore
pants?
gym
Come on.
shorts.
Let's all
Like
do it.
Monger's yoga session.
We do.
I don't want to see either.
I'll be
I
during
don't
the
wanna
whole
see-
thing.
You want a fundraiser? Let's do a Monger
I
yoga
don't want to
session.
see either of these
That'd be-
guys in
that'd be
yoga
cool.
pants. Don't make me do that. You don't want to see it either. Trust me.
Oh no. And I know a yoga master too.
I-
We'll get her to do it.
You gotta
I mean, I'll do it.
You gotta
but
film that from the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I will tear up some yoga
Please don't
pants
wear-
after I tear up some Taco
Oh,
Bell
my
at night.
God.
We gotta get those like spandex suits and do it.
Oh
Spandex
god.
suit.
Knowing Wooten, he'd eat White Castle and just.
White Castle Taco Bell the night before, and I'm in the
All right,
next
let's do it.
day. That's right.
I think we just got something.
Yeah, I know. Ladies and gentlemen, Monger maniacs out here in Monger Nation, as we're sitting about flagellating doing yoga and eating Taco Bell and White
So
Castle.
that's the thing about like yoga.
But it's that time for the Speedy beer that's mooting. Not just any Speedy beer, the Barley Hopsters Bottle Shop Speedy beer that's moving. That's right. And our main man over there during the day, Speedy, he's there taking care of business, bringing all that great liquid to the great downtown historic Delaware, Ohio. That's right at 1 North Sandusky Street, downtown Delaware, Ohio, where Barley Hopsters is located at. And our main man, Speedy, that's right, giving a 2 sweet right there. But the beer of the day, that's right, Nelson by Alpine Beer Company. It's an IPA, 7%. I'll tell you what, bringing in a little bit of bite of the freaking the hop. And I know that's what Chief likes. He likes to bring that hop in, and it's been moving like crazy.
That is a can that you look at and you're like, I wonder what that's like.
could there be-
it's delicious. on
Could
the
there be a
inside.
more generic beer can?
Yes, it is. It is a
True.
It's like-
really fantastic. No, what? No,
No,
that-
no.
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 Yeah.
This looks like beer that you just go and it's like generic beer, like
Yeah, like
Mountain
it should
Range,
just say just beer on it.
just
like
beer, IPA.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here's a clip art of Mountain Range and like Alpine beer. Cool.
Yes.
Fuck
It
the,
is.
fuck the can. The beer's great.
Beer
Yeah.
is great. Strongly recommend it. It's kind of an old school IPA. It's clear. It tastes like you get some pine in there. It's just an old school. Oh wow, that's what IPAs are supposed to taste like. It's not a juice bomb milkshake garbage thing. It's just
Easy.
a great IPA.
Hold your horses there.
Yeah, I know. Cheap.
But they don't really make IPAs like that anymore. And I
No.
didn't see that there today because I probably would have tried it because I like to try it when I go in there. Try things I have not tried, and I didn't see it. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. But next time I come in there, I'm definitely going to look for it and give it a
You
shot.
just skip it. It's so good. Delicious.
All right. Monger maniacs out there, we're getting a little close to that time where we end the show. But before we end the show, let's definitely make sure that we get a little topper off right now. Peter, one more time on the action cam, brother. Let's go ahead. I want you to go ahead and I want to do the Jinkster. I want to do the jinx, the blueberry lemon. That's right. It's a semi-sweet, and guess what? There's no growler fills when you come here. So you know what that tells me? I should probably drink 2. That's right. No,
Drink 4. It's almost like a growler.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right.
Almost.
Everybody else good? All right.
Yes.
Now,
Thank you.
we are right here at Mad Moon in Columbus, Ohio at 2134 Britton Lane. Hours for the tap room. And make sure you get here. Get here. You will be impressed.
Come check it out. It's rad.
Yeah.
It's very rad.
Very
cool
fantastic and some cool, it's a cool drive here, and you know what? There's very cool places close by as well, within a few miles.
And I'm literally looking at, they got Capri Suns for the kids in this cooler across the room. They got waters. So, I mean.
Those are Peter's.
Oh, okay.
Those are Peter's.
Peter's Capri Sun.
Yeah, those are Peter's Capri
No,
Suns.
sorry, Peter.
Yeah. But that's right. That's right.
Maybe he'll share them with the kids if you ask nicely.
He cuts his tangerine dream with that. All right. No. Hours at 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday. On Saturdays, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And on Sundays, I'm not even going to say it. You know what I'm saying. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. All right. 9 ciders on tap, growler fills, and package sales. All that you want right here. Great atmosphere. And by the way, tell them what games you have right out there. You're gonna see, make sure you check that after show pint, because I'm gonna make sure that it gets pointed out. Matter of fact, I ain't saying shit. You better make sure you watch that after show pint live, because
It's gonna be airing before this though, so.
it is.
So if you missed it, go back and just scroll back through and just check it out and click on it. You'll see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, do what she said. Do what she said. You know what I'm saying? All right, Monger Nation.
Monger Nation and Monger Maniacs.
Yeah.
Monger Nation and Monger Maniacs.
I'm getting smoked over here right now. Squiz is on my throat right now. Last call for alcohol. That's right. And our guest, Peter Moon, last call for alcohol. Tell all of our Monger Maniacs out there, give us a quick 30, 45 seconds what they're missing if they don't come here to Mad Moon Tap Room or get some of this great liquid out there on your self-distribution route. Because you are a hustler. Hustler.
Well, we have, I believe, the largest hard cider selection probably in Columbus, maybe in the state of Ohio, in the Midwest. Yeah, come on by and we'll take care of you. On Fridays, we're open 4 to 9, but from 4 to 7 is happy hour. So you get $1 off all pints and flights as well.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
So flights are available here too. So if it's something you want to try, you can do a flight of 4. Some people even do a flight of 8. So
And some people just go ahead and go all in on the suicide.
the suicides are a thing here. Yeah.
It's my favorite flight.
Yeah.
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 Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
yeah.
us.
Oh, for
Thanks
sure.
for having us.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime, guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Peter. Last call for alcohol. Master Chief Monger.
Well, I normally do a little bit of a rant right now, so what I'm going to say is that, I kind of ranted earlier. I just want to remind everybody out there, especially you craft breweries out there, that the craft bottle shops, they can't buy 25, 30 cases off you, but make sure you're getting them at least 5 or 6 whenever you got something special coming out. Take care of us. We take care of you. We do what we can. We are the backbone of what you do, and just support those local little bottle shops and stuff like that. It's great to dump your product on somebody else, but man, just support us.
Bam. Last call for alcohol. Squiz, follow this one up. I know where you're going, sister.
You know what I always say. I just want to give a shout out and a thanks to all of the groups that let us share our ramblings into your group and host us there, and don't ban us, because we have been banned a couple places, but we won't talk about that. That goes out to including but not limited to Columbus Craft Beer Consortium, Springfield Beer Geeks. I love you guys. I'm coming to see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I'll
got
black out with you again soon too.
yeah, in our craft beer group, Beer Label Society with Wayne Millard, just everybody, thank you so much for your support. We really, really appreciate it. And if you want us to come do this at your brewery, if you're a brewery and you're watching, you want us to come do this, get a hold of us. We would love to. We won't destroy the place. I promise. Promise.
That's her promise. All right, I'm just kidding.
We won't.
All right. Last call for alcohol. Spartan Biscuit right here in the house, and I got to tell you right now, man, what a great show it's been. Peter Moon, you're the man. Master Chief Monger, Squiz. There ain't any better co-host in this industry that I could think of having right here. And you know what? I'd like somebody to give us a call and test us, because we can go right there at a morning show and start tearing shit up. But anyways, I could talk shit all day long. But my last call for alcohol is, you know what? It's absolutely free to be nice to somebody. So I want everybody to go out there and just be nice. Let's go ahead and be nice, and let's go ahead and pat humanity on the back. All right? Because it's absolutely free to be nice. We are the Beer Monger Sessions. I am Spartan Biscuit and my co-host Squiz and Master Chief Monger on the Beer Monger Sessions, everyone's favorite streaming podcast about breweries, craft beer, ciders, alternative sports, and of course, shenanigans. We'll cheers you later.
And picture frames are holding on to my heart, who's pointing and laughing at me, saying, can't you see it's on you? Turning my adversity into something so small. Ain't always easy, but baby, you've helped me let me pull through. Oh, yeah. Wandering with needful things, picking on my brain. You see my guilty face, but it don't replace the truth. Writing all the